right now Jay Newton-Small, contributor for Time Magazine, and John Nichols, national affairs correspondent for The Nation. With a welcome to you both. Jay, we're going to start with you here. Rudy Giuliani saying a lot today about the Cohen-Trump tape, the Mueller investigation as well, attacking Cohen again, calling him a liar. He's been saying that for a few days. He's been backtracking from last night as well on whether the Cohen tape Trump was doctored. Is there a way to define this strategy from Giuliani, or does it make sense to you? I mean, how can anybody know the truth here?
I think it's honestly really baffling, Alex, and I think that a lot of people, a lot of observers have expressed concern over this strategy. Certainly the president's former lawyer, Jay Goldberg, has gone on the record repeatedly this week saying that Rudy Giuliani is doing the president a disservice with this strategy, that he is 100% damaging the case for the president. And the thing that I've actually found the most disturbing about Giuliani's remarks this morning was actually his assertion where he said that the president wouldn't need to testify before Mueller because he's already laid out his entire defense very clearly in tweets. And so it's it is a really baffling strategy that seems to kind of lurch from, in many ways, like to some degree the way the president does, from news story to news story. It's always very reactive. It's never very proactive in this case, and it's just very almost hostily defensive.
So I guess to you, John, if you look at Lanny Davis, who's Cohen's attorney, of course, he's been battling back. Is there a way to gauge who's winning this war of words, how this is playing out for the president, or is this just such a back and forth and rapid change turnaround that you just can't get, footing on it?
Well, I think we can get some footing, but you have to understand a little bit about the law and about how lawyers operate inside the courtroom and outside the courtroom. In this case, you've got two high-profile lawyers who know as much about media as they do about the courts. They know how to communicate. And as Kelly said in the opening there, this is all getting very confusing. There's all sorts of information flying in all sorts of directions.
So that's intentional. That's a strategy.
Yeah, well, what Rudy Giuliani tried to do this morning was fascinating. He had three basic themes as best I could tell. Number one, Michael Cohen is despicable, and we don't like him anymore. Number two, Michael Cohen is unarmed. He doesn't have anything. We've got all these tapes, but there's really nothing there. And number three, even though he's despicable and unarmed, he's got an agenda that nobody should trust. And Giuliani was throwing all of that out. All I can suggest is I started as a very young reporter covering the courts. And a senior reporter, guy who'd been doing it for decades, told me, says, when a lawyer's out there throwing out a half dozen different reasons why his client is innocent, you should really focus in on that case, because there's a pretty good chance that lawyer's trying to confuse you and make you look in a lot of different directions rather than recognize that there's something really serious going on here. So in that case, I think Lanny Davis is winning because Giuliani's trying too hard.
Okay, yeah, drawing from some deep background on your front, but that does make sense. Again, Jay, the broader question, though, that we all have to ask is, how do we put this in context with respect to the Mueller investigation? Before you answer, let's listen to more from Giuliani.